it was. I didn't know the charts existed. I had no clue about none of it.
Now you do.
I know. So I know too much.
It's like, tired of being early. Can I be in the middle? Can I be in the middle with Matt? I did the post a while back about the younger years, and I had you and Sloth in them too. But yeah, 3 years ago.
Wow.
I had the Scivive post. See what else? What other thumbnails? Yeah, Scivive videos. There we go.
Yeah, I remember those.
What else? Thoughts more? Where's all our streams? We got more of the streams than that, I bet. Oh, I get probably a lot of them weren't. What's up?
We deleted them. Yeah.
Deleted them. Is this the earliest one? It might have been. Let's see.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that countdown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who is that?
You were like 12.
Yeah, right?
My beard was out a little bit, so I don't look as young as I do in the other ones, but yeah. Jay. We have to try to find a crispy one.
No.
I don't know. Remember the first stream we did crispy? We do crispy, man. Let me try to find one. So
I don't know.
This one. 3 years ago.
This is back when I was a cartoon character. Yeah. Became a real boy after that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, look. What year was that?
That would be October 22.
Nice.
Wow.
Is this your I was gonna say, if it's 21, I'd say, is this your euphoria face? But this is maybe not your euphoria face.
Not quite euphoria.
The year after euphoria face. I was like, oh, come on, Hex. What was Hex at? Let's see, October. Look at the price and see if we can match that up. So,
oh my God.
October 22. Yeah, 3 or 4 cents. Yeah, in that range. Okay. There's a young crispy man there.
I know.
Let's go.
I had turned 39.
39, 36.
I was 30.
Whatever. You got the 369s. You got the 5 numbers. We got the numerology.
That's right. That was my 6th 39th birthday.
Yeah. Nice.
There you go.
Amazing. Yeah, I was going back sometimes looking at the Discord Syndicate, the early ones, and it's like, wow, you can see Coffee super young.
Yeah.
RG3, like everybody. Everyone, if you wanna see some like 6-year-old, 5 or 6-year-old videos of it's pretty amazing. Syndicate.
DCC too. He looks like a young
Yeah, DCC. Let's see. Let me see if I can find one with. So this is 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Huddle Dog 2.
Oh, Huddle Dog.
Huddle Dog. Yeah, RG3 looks totally different. Where is the coffee? Yeah, there's one of coffee.
Yeah.
You can go to Coffee's channel too and see it's always fun to go back and see the older videos and stuff. But some of the studios have been upgraded. Huddle Dog still looks like $1 million studio.
Oh, that's Huddle Dog. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
How
Pretty
crazy.
Cool. Always fun. Let's see.
Oh, look at them kids.
Come on, good old days. Let's go back. Or let's go forward. What are we supposed to want to do on that? Let's go forward towards glory. Let's go towards glory. Glory round 2. The highest of stakes, glory round 2. Let's go. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen the highest of stakes, by the way, there is a movie on the Hex token, kind of, and Richard Hart, sort of. And we hope there's a part 2.
I think there will be.
Pretty cool. Let's see.
I think eventually.
I like this one when he's on the. He does the. Let's see. You can't hear anything, but.
You know what promotes sequels?
Like that. What promotes sequels?
Green candles.
Green candles.
Accurate.
I knew it before he was even going to say it. It's like, you know what?
You know.
Causes more bribe pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Well,
marketing. You could also say marketing. You could say marketing.
yeah. Here's my advertisement to everybody. Clearly, hex staking is not at the height of its popularity, which means that if you were to stake hex, you will be one of the few people who are staking hex. And if you stake hex Quattro Cinco, even if it's a small amount, you put yourself into a position to earn an awful lot more than your peers who are not staking. And so over 15 years, that is an asymmetrical gamble or bet. Very high R&R, risk reward.
Crispy, I don't believe those numbers. Do you have any charts or any kind of data sources to show us what you're talking about?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't at all. I don't have anything. But that's how I feel. So you just have to take it based on how I feel. Right. Unless you really want to see a chart.
I really want to see a chart. I thought that was clear in that very monotone voice. That was the prompt. I was prompting you.
What do you want to see? You want to see the I've been tracking
Make me bullish, Crispy. Make me bullish, Crispy, man. Make me more bullish. Show me a chart that's bullish.
No, dude, I can't make anybody bullish. I can't make you bullish.
All right, show me a chart, and that
you
chart
have to already,
because
I think we're in believer phase when it comes to very specifically, guys. I think very, very high level, right? There are different players in the market. There are hodlers, buyers and holders, right? You got people who are going to trade. They're traders. You need them, right? You need them. You got people who are going to swing trade things like cycles. Then you might have these people that are market makers, right? They're earning off of the market. And then you have this really rare bird, right? Which is like the hex person who's willing to like consider that staking hex is a good idea. And at this point, if you include price, right, which is what everybody bases everything on, apparently, there's nothing to point to be able to say, see, I can prove it to you. It's very hard to be able to prove to somebody that hex is a good idea based on price at this time. But that's at this time. And so we got people pretty much ignoring hex and the idea of staking because who wants to wait around 15 years for a 1x or 2x, right? Even Richard said that today, right, on his stream. Who wants to wait? Who's really interested in 2x? That's not generation changing, right? To get a 2x on $100 in 15 years, right? And so you have to be a true believer that hex has room to grow in dollars at this point. And there's a lot of competition, right, with other people and other tokens and other things. So all that said, I can't make you bullish about it because it's very hard to get bullish on it in that kind of framework. But if you've already discovered this, you're already a staker, you really could feel pretty bullish right now, right? Because basically it's kind of like a Watsa in the ICOSA thing, the last people standing. Right. If we're still here, if we're still here in 15 years, it's going to be you and about 200 other people, and that are staking. And meanwhile, the market might be speculating still, which would mean you're going to earn, potentially earn rewards in hex that'll be worth an awful lot, and nobody will be able to come back and touch you after that. So I'll pull up the chart just to show you what I'm talking about.
Yes, please. I mean, the words you just said,
me a moment to load.
Pretty bullish. I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and what?
Yeah. Well, I'm bullish about it.
What? You know
I'm bullish on it.
I know we both know that we all three of us are bullish on it.
Yeah. I know you do. But it's just at this point, I'm just tired because every time I bring it up, even when I bring it up here with this group of people, right? There's some people out there that I'll get notes back from them telling me, you're wrong. I'll use nice words. You're wrong. So that's what they do.
I mean, at this point now, I'm pretty used to people saying or thinking or otherwise expressing the dismay of bullishness and the dismay of persistence and the dismay of, believing in this ecosystem. So I don't.
Yeah,
I made up my
some-
mind. I'm here to win.
I
Yeah.
had somebody recently who went through the trouble of making spoofing email accounts just to email hate to me
Wow.
and to tell me that Richard Hart knows my number and is going to smite me.
What the
I'm going to get smote. So watch out.
That
you believe
does
that?
make
People-
kind of sense, even.
Hey, people,
Well-
things don't have to make sense. Right?
I certainly hope if we're able to 10,000x again, you get the opposite of that, Crispy. You get lots of thank you for explaining the T-share and the bullish things and all that. And persisting. Yeah, hopefully so.
Hey, I was going to share, but then I pushed the leave studio button.
That's the opposite
let's
of
go
sharing.
see.
That's true.
That is. Let's take a look at this real quick. I threw it up there.
3, 2, and 1.
One. Yay!
There.
Yay. So this is my one of my go-to charts that I'm just looking at T shares that are expiring in the future. All right, and we're looking all the way out into 2040. Now this is a log chart, LOG, log chart, right? So these numbers look like they're really close together. They are in fact not close together. So back in all the way out in April of 2040, we have 16 million T-shares that are slated to end on a single day in April. When that happens, T-shares effectively go to zero. Right? It
Like
won't be
the
zero.
cost of them?
No, the number of T-shares.
Oh.
Because what's happened is the OA has come in and has staked, right? And because the OA has staked, the OA owns the T-shares. And because us people who are also involved are not staking the way we should, well, I shouldn't say should, the way you might expect. You see this gold chart up here at the top? You get out into 2040, you effectively, all T-shares are gone. We drop to some residual number from millions of T-shares to something like 10, 20, 30,000 T-shares. Now, as we move into the future, people will stake, of course. Some of us will continue to stake. So there'll be some number. It's kind of hard to judge what it'll be, but you can see clearly now, right? And everybody's singing it with me. You can see clearly now
The rain
that people
is
are people are not, they're not hex staking out there in Cuatro Cinco. And so what that has created is like this huge opportunity for somebody who believes everything, right? And they're going to be around, and they're going to be out there. They have an opportunity to be one of the few people that actually have T-shares out here. And so this is the amount of T-shares in the green columns here that end each month. Well, if you look at May of 2040, we've got 1,700 T-shares. June, 1,400 T-shares. July, 1,300. August, 1,000. You can see a theme here. We go from 16 million to, in a single month ending, to 1.7, 1.4, 1.3. So what does all that mean? Well, if you go out into the future, if this is what the norm is going to be for a while out there, I mean, it doesn't take many T-shares to really own a substantial amount of the T-shares for each of these months. So 15 years is a long time. It's way out there in the future. It's hard to know what will happen. But what I would say to you is this, is it don't take much. It takes coffee money to get 3 or 4 T-shares. And so from a asymmetrical, you want to be a gambler? You want to gamble? Asymmetrical bet, $50 a month, $10 a month. Cuatro Cinco is I think is like a huge opportunity. And it's that kind of like a very straightforward long-term DCA. Right?
Yeah, I think we went in depth on this. It's a really good stream. I forget. I think me, you, and somebody else. I think maybe Zenith or somebody. We did a stream about like why still stake? Like what does it take? What do you need to believe? What are you betting on? All those pieces. We went in great technical detail, a lot of that in the stream before, but just briefly for people too, and Crispy and SJ can speak to it as well. Like what, because I still like staking. I see the pros and cons with it. I still believe in Hex, and it's the best token, and I believe glory's ahead and all that stuff. What is the one or two beliefs that you need to have in order to still stake Hex? Like, I mean, it's one thing to hold Hex, but to stake Hex now, what is like your first instinct?
That you like getting more Hex, because that still happens. That still happens. Like every time I end a stake, I got more Hex than I started with.
What? That's crazy.
Right? What?
That's crazy.
It is.
Like, I think the thinking of it in crypto terms is huge. That's a huge part of the mentality. Is I have more coins than I did before, and I love it.
Yeah, I think there's three things that come to my mind. One is exactly what SJ just said, is you'll have more tokens, right? That's really what it is you're betting that the amount of tokens you get is going to help you outpace the market, the rest of the market, in comparison to everybody else. And so you get more tokens. I have to believe, though, that over time the lower lows will be the lows will be higher, so I'll see higher lows, right? And so that over time the price will go up, and it will go up enough that it's significant, right? That's significant to me and my family, right? So those are the two things, right? Get more Hex, and that you're going to see price appreciation. The third one isn't a solid, but I also, but at least for the portion that I put into staking, I have to believe that is going to work out better for me than trying to time the tops and the bottoms. Because that's the argument that I get a lot from people right now. You're stupid, Crispy. Why don't you just sell the top and buy the next bottom? You'll have 10 times more tokens. And on paper, they're not wrong, provided I actually do that.
Yeah, I think literally just keeping in mind that for me, I'm getting more Hex. And if I think that Hex is going to be worth more than it is today, and that's what I was talking about with even with inflation being lowered so much, it may look like if you're getting on some stakes, you're getting pennies or dollars or like tens of dollars from more Hex and USD value. What if the price does a 10x, 100x, like all these things? Then it totally changes everything. It's just the red candle syndrome that makes it look less attractive, even with the lower inflation. If you believe.
What's the current Hex price today?
On PulseChain 203.
All right, 203, right? So I'm just going to make up a number, $10,000, right? And so $10,000 at 0.003, right, would mean that I need to have 3 million Hex, right? Does that make sense?
3 million Hex for what?
For it to be $10,000. So $10,000, I get 3 million Hex right now, right?
Okay.
I think that math is good.
Check now.
So it's 3,333,000 Hex, right? And so if I wanted to earn that from Hex right now, and I'm just going to use a higher number of 5%, 0.05, right? So here's the thing: is I could be making right now, if early on in Hex, right, I had committed. See, this is the crazy part when we do the numbers, right? Because you have to like really have known. It's like me pretending I can call tops and bottoms. But if I had committed to getting 66 million Hex, right, and staking it out, I would have earned all sorts of extra Hex by now, right? Because those stakes would have been making 30, 40, 50% APR. But now, of course, they're like at 5%. But if I had committed to get just 60 million at the time, I'd be making $100,000 at today's prices. Or I mean, $10,000 a year at today's prices, right? And $10,000 is a lot for us, I mean, for me, when I say us, I mean for you guys, right? So that would be $10,000 a year, but I would have had to get 66 million hex. Well, in the beginning, 66 million, I could have gotten for around $80, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so 66 times 80 as an example. Yeah, so if I had been sitting around there back in the AA days and I was like, I'm so committed, I'm willing to put $5,000 in today, I would have gotten enough hex that I could have set up a ladder that never mind all the years past, but right now would be paying me about $10,000 a year.
Wow.
Right. At the current prices. Plus I have a copy that would be paying a few $1,000s on Ethereum.
And there are people that did that.
There are.
Those people exist.
Yeah. And so yeah. So that's kind of how it goes, right? Is that now back in those days, you know what my threshold was? This is what I'm kind of like thinking about it. I was willing to do $10. I was not willing to do 5,000. It's really easy to look backwards over things, right? And come up with these numbers, but we can use it to illustrate some things. Is yeah, I mean, you know, just because things aren't the way that I want them to be now, this is another early adoption phase, right? Yeah. Sentiment is low. Participation is low. You can get hex very cheap and be able to get the rewards that come from that. You know, and be able to make a lot of those rewards and be able to experience the price appreciation. But that's the belief part.
Yeah, I think one other thing I'd want to add is that this was always a long-term game for me. I've always been very long-term minded in this, because when I found Hex, I was looking for, when it was presented to me, I was looking for a long-term solution. I was looking into 401ks. I was looking into high yield savings accounts. Like, this was not something that A, I spent my rent money on, or B, I thought was going to make me, you know, a bunch of money, even though I saw the euphoria and I saw people becoming millionaires and, you know, being able to have generational wealth. I was like, hey, cool. You know what? Like the math, right? The reasoning behind this and the way that this works makes way more sense. Even still to me, to this day, even with the inflation decrease, it makes more sense to me than parking my money somewhere else, that, you know, in a regular kind of institutional spot. Because the risk versus reward, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait. I mean, if I hadn't been willing or excited about this opportunity, like, why even stake 5555, right? Like, correct. That key piece, I think, is what really, like, gives it the weight, right? The fact that so many people went into this being able to and wanting to and locking their funds for 15 years, and some, as you know, as Crispy said, it's waning right now, but continue to do so, right? Like, I plan on doing a 555 stake today, just for fun, just for celebration, not a big one, right? Like, but I've got a little bit of Hex sitting that's, you know, liquid, so I'm just gonna, for funsies, throw it on out there and be like, hey, I'm celebrating, and I still believe in this. So in 15 years, like, who knows? I'm just happy to be here, y'all. I'm stoked.
Yeah, it is. Oh, maybe that's a good question too, is what do you all consider? It's not about judging people or whatever, but just in general, like when you see people, you know, the term hexagon has evolved over time. I'm not sure, but what is something that you all think is you'd see someone with stakes, or I don't know, like what amount of hex, like what, to me, it's like if I see someone who has a 5555 stake, or they have skin in the game, they have a reason to be around and promote it and not flood their bags. They at least have, you know, whether they do or not, it's a different story, but at least they have a reason, a strong motivation to be a contributing part of the ecosystem, all that. What really makes, what do you all see as a hexagon? Like, what is that? what is the evergreen version of that word?
I don't know that I can. I don't know that I have the authority invested in me to make that decision. But what I would say is my opinion. If you like hex, you're a Hexican. If you, I'm assuming if you have any, I don't think you can. I don't think the way we're set up today and how the culture has changed, that it's fair to be able to say you're only a Hexican if you stake Quattro Cinco and you do it natively. And the only thing you do is just hex, right? Because the world has turned out to not be that. Now, that was the best solution for a couple of years for a bunch of people, right? To be all focused on one token, doing things one way. But of course, we see what happened with that, right? I mean, a lot of people, if you followed the dialogue, you staked up and you were holding. And then a bunch of other people sold on your head and the price went down. Right? So if that's what you did, you're sitting here going, well, this sucks, right? And so it kind of, so I don't think I can support the idea that you're only a Hexican if you do this very narrow-minded thing, because I think you'll get hurt, right? And I think that you need to be, what's the right word? I think diversification needs to be there. Whether that's diversification on chain, diversification across multiple tokens, diversification in investments. And I know not everybody believes that, right? And that's okay. I don't have to believe that. But for me, I don't want to be in a situation where the banks fail, I lose everything. I don't want to be in the situation that, PulseChain fails, I lose everything. I don't want to be in the situation that Hex fails, I lose everything. Right, whatever failure really means in that way, I don't know. So diversification's there, and it kind of soon reflection to some of the things you're seeing in the chat too, from people right now that are typing in there. You have to do things to protect yourself, and even though it's admirable, I think for a lot of us to have really held the line about, hey, we're going to stake and never sell and all that, it turned out not to be reality. It turned out to be you're the guy still sitting there. And if you're in a good situation like SJ was talking about, where you were long-minded all the time, then you'll have your opportunities in the future, right? But if you were the one that was like, I just took a loan, and I know people who did this, I just took a loan out of my house to buy Hex at 40 cents. You don't feel very good, and now it's all DeFi, right? And we talk about it all the time. This is DeFi. You make your own decisions. Don't put more than you're willing to lose. But it's not how people tend to act, right? They don't exactly act that way. But anyways, I'm kind of digressing. I got diarrhea of the mouth. I just think people need to be careful. I think it's a good opportunity, though, at the same time. And so now sound just like everybody else. Don't put more in than you can afford to lose. That's why I talk about coffee money, and doing things like that.
Yeah, because timing the market versus timing the market, it's just like, if you have expectations that you're going to put money in and get it at a certain time, like nobody knows that stuff. And with just with staking, I'll say that I think the PLPL strategy is the one that I like. That over time I've realized is, some people may have it everything 10 years, 15 years. I think part liquid, part ladder. I think it's a very interesting strategy for me. And
I think that's a change, isn't it? Just that by itself is a change, right? That was not the way we talked about it a few years ago.
No, it was 100% staked.
100%. I'm not, 100%. And while Billy 369 is correct, what is 40 cents on the way to $1, and that's kind of a meme joke from Richard. It's very true. It's very true. But at the same time, I was pretty butthurt over what happened with prices. You'd think I'd be smarter. I'm not. I'm just like everybody else, right? And so here I am, part of the cult, and believing. And maybe they were telling me, and I didn't understand they were telling me they were doing it. But all these people that I'm getting input from, that I consider to be in the as part of the Hex community, well, some of them did sell,
Mm-hmm.
right, and a lot of us didn't. Right. So I very much understand the sentiment that people have about, hey, I bought at 22 cents and blah, blah, blah. I bought at 40, blah, blah, blah. And it's very hard, for people if they didn't take profits for that, if they were going to be depending on it. That's all. And we sure as hell didn't foresee. I'm very sure I didn't. Because of course, if I knew it was going to go down to 0.003, of course I would have sold. But I also didn't sell all my ink at $80. What an idiot! Now it's 67 cents. So there's probably some lessons in here.
Shout out to $80 ink. I do remember a week or so after launch. That was
yeah. So I think the important part is it's okay to do blind DCA over a long period of time because it's nice and slow and you're able to do it. But as you mature and you learn more, you'll hear people like DCC talk about it. You'll hear other people, dollar cost crypto. You'll hear them talk about taking profits. Yeah, take profits. The people that seem to get the most flack in the community are these ones doing the pump and dumps, but they're taking profits every time. That's how it's happening, right? And is that the right way to live? I don't know, but I mean, I'm just saying, as we see prices go up, you should have kind of a plan to set aside. You don't have to be like all out or all in all the time, But when I'm thinking about my mansion that I want to get or the yacht, yeah, then that's what leads me to the belief of putting everything in. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I totally. I mean, I get the sentiment and everything. Too. Breaking real quick. Let me just the PulseX sacrifice.
Oh,
best rate has came to an end. Let's look at the leaderboard.
It's over.
$4.5 million for the top. I assume that's the PulseX pool.
All right.
300K, second place, 266.
You got to be 4,500 to be a dolphin. Huh?
That's your quick maths. Okay. Got to be ninth place and above. They got the 2x. Everyone else got some sort of 1x. I guess 11 million, so almost 12 million. Okay. I think when I was streaming earlier, it was 9 million, and I was like, yeah, I was probably gonna get to 10 million. I could see getting 10 million today, or more, and then about 12 million, and now starts the rate increase. We'll see over time.
So you need to be 11. You need to do 11K then to be a dolphin. Okay.
Wow. That's my dolphin noise.
It's your PulseX. Nice dolphin noise. Your PulseX update. Quick PulseX update. Yeah, I mean, I get the sentiment too. It's one of those things where I get price bid down for a long time. It's all this uncertainty going forward. It requires a lot of belief to stay bullish. There's the data. You can interpret it and frame it positively, negatively, all that stuff. I just think that it's not for me. Like, I've heard all the arguments. I've heard all the things. I've decided this is the place I want to see to win. I'm looking. I want glory. Let's go. And all the, either helping or not helping. Like as far as like the sentiment's either helpful. It's like either constructive criticism, or it's just venting, or it's just, not uncontributing. I don't know what the word is for it. So even though like I can get it, I can understand, okay, people are mad because they put in money and expected to get a certain amount in a certain period of time. They don't know if they're going to get it or not. I think the DeFi part though is nobody make the choices. Like, you have the code, you are your own bank, you make the choices, you hold on to your keys, you don't lose them, you try to do all that stuff. And everyone who gets super rich doing this stuff, they made the choices. They either timed it or timed in or whatever, and they made that money. And the ones who lost money or paper losses or price down or whatever, that is one, everyone makes these choices to participate or not at different times. And two, it's, it's not, there's no conclusion. There's no conclusion to Hex price isn't going to go back up. There's nothing stopping it. There's no story. I mean, you can make up whatever story you want about it not going to be happening or unlikely, but I can make up just as many stories about how it is likely, and I can see all the bullish stuff for it. And I'm excited about it. So
yeah.
anyways.
Well, there may be some people listening, and you may have even played this game yourself. There's a game called Monopoly.
It's a great game.
You ever heard that game, Monopoly?
Yeah.
And so when you play that game, and you have a couple bad turns around the board, you might be the guy that flips the board over and says, "I quit." But there are some people.
Not it.
There are some people that will continue to play. Why? Because they're playing a longer game of accumulation. Right?
Yep.
And it's persistence that ends up winning out in the long run. So that being, kind of in relation to this, like right now in the Hex game, which I often call it game of Hex, it's all about units, and you can get them so incredibly cheap. You have to meter yourself in that, again, doing whatever you think you want to do, but you can get them so incredibly cheap that, yeah, are you going to be somebody really going to tell me they're going to be upset if they put $1,000 into Hex and in about a year and a half or something, it's worth, 10,000, 100,000? I mean, those opportunities are there, and there's, it's very hard to measure just how important the units are, but at least mentally it is, just off the cuff. But having the units a couple of years ago, it was hard to get $1 million. Not so hard now.
Shout out to Billy X369. Our roadmap has a museum and a country on it. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah, I love that thought, because it's not like it was a roadmap for just a project, right? Like the vision Richard has for the world and just life in general is pretty amazing. And I think that this having PulseX is proof of that, right? Because it's like he didn't just stop. He's not gonna stop. Like this is really just like, you can see that like he's spoken about it in the past, and there's a whole list of things, right? Like I can hear him in my head saying it's on the list. Like there are many things. Like who saw PulseX coming? No one, right? Like I don't think any of us would have guessed that this is something that he'd been working on, and yet here he is working. He's been working, and I guarantee you this is not the only thing he's been working on, and that there's more to come.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. There's so many things. It's been so long. I mean, the museum. There's the list of dev stuff that could happen. There's PulseX came out of nowhere, and now we're gonna see when Pulse wins our season. Hopefully 2026 is super kind to us. Everyone who's bought Hex higher and seeing it not as high as they bought it, I hope they get mad rewarded with gains. They're still holding the tokens and being
100%
in an ecosystem. And if you're not an ecosystem, I say this, I don't feel like I say this every stream. If you've left the ecosystem or you don't want to do it anymore or whatever it is, I wish you the best as well. Like I hope you go make mad gains wherever it is you're happiest and all that stuff. If you're still here, great. If you're not, I wish you the best as well.
Thanks, man. I'll send you a note once in a while.
I think we got a few years before your stakes expire. I imagine maybe 15 or so.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just
a little bit, and that's why I use Actuator.
Actuator. Shout out to Actuator protocol. Actuator.fi, I believe. Finance Fi, one of those.
Yeah, and I was and I see in the chat Polo's mentioning about Richard. Yeah, it was a big deal to see him today. We were talking on Maddie's stream just about PulseX and all the rest, and then that came out. It was very, very FOMO-ish, right?
I've got to go either today or probably today. Finish watching the rest of it. Finish listening to it. I got about 20 minutes left, but I'm excited to see that. To maybe do a breakdown. We'll see. No expectations, but I've already ran it through the AI. Give me some main points.
Nice.
Get the transcript AI and go through and give me some highlights. Give me some stuff in case I missed something. But there's Hex. Happy birthday, Hex. The HEX contract
birthday.
launched December 2nd, 2019. It is December 2nd, 2019. Or sorry, 2025.
I
Oh,
don't have anything to show.
Show. I got this. I got boom.
Nice. It's a good one.
Yes. Classic Hex Chains shirt. Hex Chains. All right, Crispy, SJ, thank you very much for joining me on this glorious day. There's a lot of exciting stuff happening. Like Sacrifice ending. Well, Sacrifice Best Rate ending. Hex birthday. Oh, the holidays coming up. Let's go. Just 2 more weeks, everyone. Just 2 more weeks. That's what
2 more weeks.
They're telling me. Yep, they're telling me 2 more weeks.
Oops, sorry.
Let's see. It's all right.
The first thing I'm going to do
I'll
is
be
go
streaming
stream some hacks.
a little bit later too.
Oh, all right. Head over to SJ's
I
channel.
have a very bullish story to share. Like a real life thing happened to me that I really want to share with everybody because it's just so bullish. So
Moo,
For that.
moo,
Yeah.
moo,
meow.
meow.
I had to
Shout out to Sir Winchester as well.
be sleeping over there in the corner.
Big picture with the bull horns. Sir Winchester looks bullish.
He's super bullish all day.
All right, everyone. That's all we
What
got for you today.
All right,
That's all
dude.
we have for you
Hey,
today.
thanks.
I said good day, sir and madam.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All the birthdays out there.
Happy birthday.
And can I get a konnichiwa for Hex 6th birthday?
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa!
Let's go. Let's go. All
Beautiful.
right, everyone. That's all we got for you today. Scivive and 5555. We are out.
Woohoo.
Let's see if they fuck the Kendrick Lamar one time. Yeah. Hey, I remember serving summer chicken from my level silver. This a nigga, this a family. This the mama counter. Yeah, I'm a show with my account. I'm just fucking down with this. I say with my dude, get down, only fully in the busy girl. Like a white Westy girl with my taste buds. Ooh, that pussy good. Like you said, they know my taste buds. I can't wait to be with this shit. I let you think it's just. I love for you, love me, fuck me, go and play it, Jim Trust. AM to the BM, PM to the AM phone. If I drunk your DM, you just gotta hate him for. If I quit your BM, ask the rapper, say his phone.
3 years old, already reading fast. Gifted school couldn't hold him back. Special program, logic and code. Humble roots, but a genius mode. Dad fixed AC, delivered the news. Taught him to hustle, never to lose. Car stereo business, teenage dreams. Online platforms, building schemes. AC company, adult store too. Browser optimization, revenue flew. 60 million yearly, success so sweet. Semi-retired, but never complete. Reddit showed them Bitcoins like blockchain future burning bright. Who is Richard Hart? He's taking control. Hex and PulseChain, that's how he rolls. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Crypto revolution, he's the composer. Who is Richard Hart? The king of the scene. Building tomorrow and blockchain dream. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Digital freedom, he's the bulldozer. First blockchain CD, Hex was born. High returns while others were torn. PulseChain launch, eco-friendly way. PulseX exchange, a brand new day. 27 million for research and health. Longevity research benefited from his wealth. Inspiring millions to break their chains. Financial freedom, healthy gains. Fighting scams with all his might. Protecting users, shining light. And State came knocking at his door, but he fought back and won the war. Who is Richard Hart? He's taking control. Hey, Hex and Pulse, crypto revolution, he's the composer. Who is Richard Hart? The king of the scene, building tomorrow and blockchain dream. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Digital freedom, he's the bulldozer. Red notice came from Interpol's call. Finished claims, trying to make them fall. Tax fraud allegations, assault they say, but the system's broken. Games they play, business rivals using legal schemes. Crushing innovators, killing dreams. If haters wanted to get me down, they'd raise more than my 27 million crowns. Diamond worth millions, watches and cars. DC allegations reach for the stars, but he denied future, he's the takeover. Pivotal figure in digital space, influential leader, setting the pace, building community, advocacy strong, Richard Hart story.